5 more teams, but only 3 can qualify. Welcome to the Junkyard Joust. I'm Aaron Yonda. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We've got another exciting match ready for you with all these cars competing to make it to the Junkyard Joust. Let's have a look at our teams. Looks like the Junkyard is going to be in safe hands with this team, Guardians of the Junkyard, featuring Star-Lord, Doc Ock, Captain America, Thanos, and Groot. After a disappointing run last season, Yellowhammer is back with an all-new team, featuring Pikes Peak Tacoma, Dodge Viper GTS-R, Firebird Funny Car, the 16 Mercedes-AMG, and the Nissan 300ZX. Next up is a team made up of all VW bugs and buses called the Buggers, appropriately enough, featuring the minibus, the VW T1 GTR, the custom Beetle, the tuned Bug, and the VW Bug. Here's a team with a variety of cars, but a nice matching paint job, the Hot Racers, featuring Hologram, the Morris Mini, the 10 Ford Mustang, Driftsta, and the Corvette C7R. 5 Alarm is back with 4 new fire engines and 1 familiar face, starting with the 1948 Taskmaster Fire Engine, Snorkel Fire Engine, Blaze Buster, and of course old number 5, who did great for his team last season. At the end of this event, 3 of these teams are going to qualify for the Junkyard Joust, and 2 of them are going to have to go back to the drawing board. These qualifiers are a great opportunity for teams to try stuff out, see what works, and see what doesn't. Evil Weevil, sponsored by Pickles Dill, is going to take his place on the track as the track buffer, and we're going to get this started. Fire Engine is up first for 5 Alarm. Fire Engine has the ladder in the back down, and that is looking like sort of a strategy, maybe hoping to get some cars to launch off of it. Let's see what happens when the Tacoma goes down for Yellowhammer. Oh, the Tacoma did not go off the back at all. In fact, it used the ladder to send Fire Engine flying up in the air, head over heels. And I think that ladder might have even prevented Fire Engine from flipping back upright again. So, lesson learned there, I guess, for 5 Alarm. Next up, we've got Groot for Guardians of the Junkyard. Groot smashes into the back of the Tacoma. Groot has sort of a ramp on the back of that thing. That could come into play here. Custom Beetle's up for the Buggers. Custom Beetle slaps Groot off the track and says, nope, not going off the back of you, and Groot is fine off to the edge of the field. Hologram is up for the Hot Racers, and Hologram crunches the Custom Beetle, forces him up and over on his back. Not a good position for a Beetle to be in, as you know. Next up is the 1948 Taskmaster for 5 Alarm. This is an old truck. Taskmaster finishes the Beetle off. That is a surprisingly light truck for a fire truck, but he still did some good. 16 Mercedes AMG is up for Yellowhammer. Big hit by the Mercedes, and oh no, the Tacoma's been sent off the track by his own teammate. That is a tragic thing. You hate to see that happen, but it was probably unavoidable. Star-Lord's up for Guardians of the Junkyard. Oh, Star-Lord has mastered the Taskmaster. He is upside down off the track, and Star-Lord in a precarious position here. With that sloped back, Star-Lord could be a threat, but didn't manage to stay on the track, and now you're gonna have a problem when the VW T1 comes down for the Buggers. And it was a problem, but wow, did you see that recovery? Star-Lord just rolled down the custom Bug, lands right side up. That is amazing. That vehicle doesn't look like one that you would get that kind of a recovery from. So that was lucky. Maybe lucky for everyone who would have come down after. Driftsta is up for the Hot Racers. Driftsta smacks the back of that VW, ends up partially off the track, which is never really a good thing. You don't want to be right there. Blaze Buster is up for 5 Alarm. Blaze Buster is kind of heavy. This is going to be interesting. Blaze Buster pushes Driftsta sideways, but not off the track. Driftsta did good to stay on the track there, and it is Firebird Funny Car for Yellowhammer up next. This car is an undercutter and it's heavy. This should be interesting. Ooh, yeah, the Blaze Buster gets tossed up in the air by the front of his car, rolls, but not in as successful a way as the Star-Lord did. too bad for 5 Alarm, and here comes Doc Ock. Dritsta gets Doc knocked right off the track, upside down, and he is probably not coming back from that. Next up for the Buggers, the original VW Bug. A heavy hit sends Doc Ock off the track, kind of bounces him sideways and just sets him down nicely off the side. So no eliminations on that one, but that was a great hit. Next up for the Hot Racers, the Corvette C7R, sponsored by Judy Collins. The Corvette slots into place, doesn't do a whole lot else, but does stay on the track, and that's always a good thing. The Snorkel Fire Engine for 5 Alarm. This thing has a low bumper all the way around, actually, so it's well made for this event. And he smashes into the line, and the Firebird has been turned over. That's a heavy vehicle, too. It's hard to eliminate, but doesn't look good for that Firebird right now. Nissan 300ZX for Yellow Hammer. And the Nissan pushes the line of cars forward, puts that VW Bug up front, and tightens everything up. Now it's time for some Junkyard Justice with Captain America. Captain America gets that Nissan up in the air. He's kind of balanced on Doc Ock, actually. Not a good position to be in. Let's see if the minibus can take advantage of it. Minibus can't take advantage of anything. Minibus just kind of flops over and falls off the track. Not a very stable little vehicle. Speaking of little, Morris Mini is up next for the Hot Racers. Ooh, the Morris Mini also not very stable. Just flips over and lands upside down. And old number 5 is up next, so this could be a pretty big hit coming up. Old number 5, wow! That thing just went flying all the way across the field, slams into the crates, flips around a bunch of times, and can't quite nail the recovery. Well, it was fun to watch. Oh, there's some walls that have been knocked over by the Morris Mini when it flew over to the side. I mean, that's a wall of bricks. That car really slammed into those things. Wow. Dodge Viper is up for the Yellow Hammer. And the Viper is going nowhere. Old number 5 is not letting anyone past right now. But something's got to budge because Thanos is coming down. 106 grams. This thing is so heavy. Wow! Everything buckles, but nobody budges. And Thanos is forced to go up on the back of the Dodge Viper and just sit there. Could be a precarious position, but then again, this thing is really heavy. It must be all those Infinity Stones in the back. Tuned Bug is up next. He hits the back of Thanos and is not going anywhere. Thanos is just far too heavy. I saw a bunch of detritus fly out there. I think something busted off of somebody. Rough start for the Tuned Bug. The final car of this round, it's the Hot Racers 10 Ford Mustang. Oh, he slams into the Tuned Bug, but the Tuned Bug just hops out of the way. That was some really cartoony behavior right there, and he's going to survive this round. But there were 9 cars that did not survive this round. And the Guardians of the Junkyard must have their own Guardian Angel because they didn't lose a single vehicle. That's going to give them 5 points, with the Hot Racers and the Buggers hot on their heels with 3 points each. And our 2 reappearing teams, the Yellow Hammers and 5 Alarm, are both having some struggles. The running order is up, and the teams are deciding which cars they're going to send down. Looks like the Guardians have decided to start this time with Star-Lord. This could be interesting. I guess they figured that they'd send Star-Lord down now so that he would have a better chance of staying on the track, and now the back of that car is going to come into play. Drifsta is the first one to try it out, and does it not so successfully. That is a lot of height. An arcing drop, can't land it, and flops over upside down. That was impressive, and I think this is what the Guardians wanted out of Star-Lord. Tuned Bug is up next. This ought to be amusing. The Tuned Bug flips and flops all over the place, but can't land it like last time. That's another casualty caused by Star-Lord. And 5 Alarm have made the wise decision to send down Snorkel. With that low bumper, he might just have a chance. He crashes into the back of Star-Lord and kind of gets both results. He goes off the back of Star-Lord, but Star-Lord is coming off the track. If the Nissan can get a big enough hit, they might be able to get him off the track. And the Nissan finishes. The Snorkel Fire Engine puts him on his back. Star-Lord is still on the side, but there's no guarantee that he's going to come off the track here. Let's see if his own teammate, Groot, can do anything. Groot, whoa! Groot hits the back of Star-Lord, and the back of his truck just goes flying off. Goes so high up into the air, lands over in the junkyard. Star-Lord's off the track, but he's safe. Groot, though, not in a good position. That was a wild shot from Groot. Hopefully he can regrow that flatbed. Hologram tries to take advantage of it, and does. Puts Groot on his face. Groot's planted in the ground, I guess, like a tree. And now it's time for VW Bug. VW Bug sends Hologram flying off the track. Hologram rights himself, and the VW Bug is sideways. That's not how it's supposed to work. Old number 5, sponsored by Wayland Enterprises International. Old number 5 sends the VW Bug twisting and turning and off the track upside down. That's going to be the end for him. Now the Dodge Viper's got to hit the back of old number 5. Probably not going to get much to happen there. Nope. Evil Weevil gets kaputted off the track, but that's about it. And now it's Doc Ock. Ooh, Doc Ock throws the Viper off the track, flips him around several times, almost looks like he kind of grabbed him or something with his tentacles, threw him against the crates, and he's sideways. He's probably out of this. The Ford Mustang can't do anything to Doc Ock, and just kind of collides and sits and waits for doom, because the VW is probably going to knock him right off. Yep, that's exactly what happened, and that funny car is done. Good hit from the VW there. Captain America. The Cap cannot get under that VW. He's just a little too light and can't squeeze his way under. But guess who can help with that? It's Thanos, who's going down right after his own teammate. Oh, Thanos forced the issue between old number 5 and Doc Ock, and Doc Ock came out in a worse position. And unfortunately for the Guardians, they just eliminated one of their own guys, and Groot is still face down, so that's going to be an elimination there. Looks like Yellow Hammer is officially out of this qualifying match. The Buggers are down to 1, 5 Alarm is down to 1, and Hot Racers are down to 1. Guardians of the Junkyard are going to stay atop the points board. The Buggers, the Hot Racers, and 5 Alarm are all very close to each other. If either of those bottom 3 teams loses a car in this next round, then this qualifying match is going to be over. Here we go with round 3. Not surprisingly, Star-Lord's going to take to the track for the Guardians. Star-Lord gets into position, wants to cause some trouble like he did last time. Let's see if it works out. Hologram's up first. Hologram goes flying off the back just like last round. Manages to recover. Hologram's got a good balance there and some serious athleticism. Did a great job of recovering. See if old number 5 can handle it. Ooh, old number 5 is coming off the track. He's sideways. That's bad news for 5 Alarm. He's got to stay alive to keep their hopes alive. Oh no, the VW goes sideways and pushes old number 5 off to safety, which is going to keep them in this match, but threatens the Buggers. Captain America pushes the VW off to the side. He's still sideways. This is going to be down to 3 teams if nothing happens here with Thanos. Thanos sends Captain America sky high. Just sends him up in the air. It's almost like he's just messing with him. He's on his own team, and Captain America recovers, of course, because it's Captain America, but that was kind of a nasty behavior from Thanos and his own teammate. I hope that doesn't cause any friction amongst the members of Guardians of the Junkyard. And the only elimination this round looks like it's going to be on the Buggers. So the Buggers are out of this match, as well as Yellow Hammer. Looks like 5 Alarm's going to stay alive. And it looks like the variety of cars on the Hot Racers team really worked out for them. They are going to move on to the Junkyard Joust. And of course, the Guardians of the Junkyard, our top team today. Congrats to the 3 teams who made it. They're going to join 3 other teams who have already qualified. There's plenty more qualifiers to come, and there's a lot of really unique and interesting vehicles in the pipeline. A lot of teams are really trying to stretch the boundaries of what can be done in the Junkyard. I hope you'll join me next time for Junkyard Joust. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please consider becoming a patron. You can sponsor a car, get previews of each match, and keep the show going. Good night.